What's up, everyone? It's Fuzzy. Welcome back to yet another MLB recap. The A's announcer jinxed her team in the worst way possible. Just wait for it. We have a little update on Wander Franco. The Mets, they made a really weird roster move. The Atlanta Braves, oh my, there's a spider on my desk. That was absolutely terrifying. Anyways, the Atlanta Braves, they've been playing like a broken team lately. And speaking of things that are terrifying, Scary Gary, I have no idea how he got this baseball to leave. How did he do that? We're going to talk about all of that and more in today's MLB recap. Recap is presented by SeatGeek. Use code Fuzzy to save 20 bucks off all of your tickets, and my code Fuzzy on Underdog Fantasy gets new users a $250 bonus cash credit. You're welcome. I don't know how to look this up, but I think that Isaac Paredes has some sort of record for the most pulled home runs to begin a career. That's his 63rd career home run. All 63 have gone to left field. That's what Jays fans want out of Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Just pull everything. There's another pulled home run. This is off the bat of Jose Siri, and when he hits them, he really enjoys them. Brent Rooker and the A's, they bounce right back though. Rook, he now has 35 RBIs and a near 170 OPS plus. Miguel Andujar, he got it to a one-run game, and in steps Shea, not Langoliers. That is Shea Bangoliers. That is Shea's 12th of the year, a go-ahead two-run home run. So now it's Miller time. Mason Miller, he got the first out in the ninth, but his announcer jinxed him. Listen to this.
Hey Siri, it's not your night. 0-1, and that's live.
Jose Siri launched his second home run of the day on a day where it apparently was not his night. How does that make sense? He was clapping the millisecond it left his bat because he knows that he just tied it up. Unfortunately, that is Mason Miller's first blown save of the year. Now he's still out there in the 10th, and he gave up another run after Oakland took the lead in the 10th inning. Randy Sackfly forced even more baseball, and Richie Palacios, he won it. He spikes the bat after walking it off. They're going crazy. Now, one thing I do have to talk about in regards to the Rays, there is an update on Wander Franco. His administrative leave or paid leave has been extended through July 14th, which I guess means that Dominican authorities haven't really figured out what they want to do, but they do have until July 5th to present formal charges. I guess he allegedly has not been charged yet. MLB, they've launched their own investigation, so I don't know exactly what's going to happen for his future, but he can be taken off of paid leave if MLB has evidence in their findings that suggests some sort of malice behavior or something like that. It's really confusing. I don't know what his future holds, but if everything's true, again, he should never step foot on a baseball diamond ever again. So we had a sad start to this Diamondbacks and Mets game. Zach Gallen, he gave up a hit to Francisco Lindor. Now, that's not the sad part, but you could tell something was off by the way he kind of bounced off the mound. He tried to stay in, but after he threw a fastball to DJ Stewart, he had to leave with a hamstring issue. It's not an elbow injury, which is great. Hopefully it was just cramps or something like that. The Arizona bullpen, they did an amazing job to limit the damage, and the offense, they picked up in the third inning. Gabriel Moreno, he dunked in a single. Christian, that's a no-no. You cannot walk Corbin Carroll, but maybe they wanted to set up a double play. Ketel Marte's up now, so maybe not the best decision in the world. A double play, in fact, did not happen. He rips a double. He scores Moreno and Corbin. Whenever Corbin Carroll is running, it just looks like a blur, like Sonic the Hedgehog. Arizona relievers kept New York at bay all the way until the 7th when Francisco Lindor found a barrel for a perfect tank to left center. That's his 9th of the season. Pete, he's walking up to the dish. He was hitting the hand the game prior. I thought that he was maybe going to go on the IL, but I'm happy to see that he's in there and feeling better. He and Lindor combined to make it a one-run game. Alonso doubles right before Lindor singled him home, and Lindor had 4 base hits in this one. It's a 2-2 game. The New York lefty, Danny Young, kept Arizona off the board in a 1-2-3 8th inning. He struck out 2, and that set up JD Martinez for the lead. JD now has 4 home runs, a 125 OPS plus, and Reed Garrett, he got Jake McCarthy to ground out for his 3rd save. Now, here's where things get weird. So the guy who started that game for the Mets, Christian Scott, he's been pretty good, but he just got sent down along with Brett Beatty to AAA. I have no idea why they're doing this. The only thing that I can think of is that Christian Scott, who has a 3.9 ERA and a 3.4 FIP through 5 starts, maybe it's because they have June 6th and 7th off, so they're going to start him in AAA on the 6th and then recall him so he stays on normal rest. That's the only thing that I can think of. But Brett Beatty, he's basically officially lost his job to Mark Vientos, which is crazy to say out loud. Not that I don't like Mark Vientos, but Brett Beatty, he's way too good for AAA, but right now he's not good enough for MLB. It's a weird situation. The Yankees are still in Anaheim. They scored 8, and the Angels, they did not score 8, but they did get a home run from Logan O'Hoppe, who has a home run in back-to-back games. And Logan, by the way, is a Yankee fan. He caught one before in Yankee Stadium. I think this was back in 2016, 17, something like that. Manny Machado's home run off of CC Sabathia. Logan now has 21 home runs in his last 99 games. Speaking of 99, Aaron Judge wears 99, and he has 31 home runs over his last last 99 games. He's just unreal. Judgy reties Gunnar Henderson for the MLB lead with his 18th home run. If I had a Hall of Fame vote today and Judge and Ohtani were at 10 years of service time, because you need 10 to be eligible for the Hall of Fame, they'd get my vote despite the fact that they're not even close to 3,000 hits or anything like that. Counting stats are fun and milestones are cool, but in my opinion, 7 to 8 year all-time peaks are more important to me because they tell a better story of the game. Omar Vizquel is not better than Aaron Judge just because he had a lot more base hits. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, after Oswaldo took a walk with the bases loaded in the 7th, it's now 3-1 Yankees. Volpe, he got one more chance to extend his hit streak, and he walked, so the streak ends at 21 games. The Angels, they brought in a lefty to face Juan Soto, and he just cleared the bases on a triple down the line. Soto is hitting .312 with 25 extra base hits, 49 RBIs, a .415 on base percentage. Rodon, he was so close to going 7 innings, but Kevin Pillar, he got him on a double, an RBI double, so Rodon's out now, and Calhoun, he made it a 3 earned run day for Rodon because Rengifo was actually credited to Carlos Rodon. Trevino, he got one of those back on a sac fly, and wait, hold up, Volpe, he got one more at bat. That sucks. Dang it. New York, they steamroll the Angels. They're now 20 games over 500. Maybe Alex Bregman has been talking to Scotty Scheffler on the side because I have no idea how he golfed this 2-run home run off of Logan Gilbert. That spoiled a beauty. Gilbert was on fire to begin the game. Victor Caratini, he pimped the heck out of this home run. And Bregman, he wants another. He jolts one to J-Rod, and I guess the no-fly zone was not in effect. It's past J-Rod. Alex, he's in there with the stand-up triple. He scores after Caratini got another RBI after beating out a double play. Spencer Arrighetti, we call him Spencer Spaghetti. Listen, it's nothing personal, but Jonathan Loaizaga, we call him Johnny Lasagna. Spencer Arrighetti, he's Mr. Spaghetti. Spencer was throwing anything but meatballs. He was missing bats all night long. He gets J-Rod for a 6th strikeout, make it 7 strikeouts after he got Cal Raleigh, and then look at there. He strikes out the side. That's 8 punch-outs over 6 shutout. He only allowed 2 base hits. Spencer Arrighetti, he had some insane numbers in the minor leagues, so hopefully he can keep that up. Now, I do want to show off the insane teamwork between JP, Crawford, and Dylan Moore. That's a sick play, and so is this one. Just kidding. I thought Josh Hader pulled off a 360 silent shot no-scope for the final out. The Astros, they do get the W, and they avoid a 4-game sweep against the Mariners. Nick Pivetta and Jack Flaherty were throwing frisbees down in Fenway. Check out the movement on Pivetta's pitches. He's got the velo, he's got spin, but I did not know that he had this in him. 8 consecutive strikeouts. One day after Luis Gil became the first Yankee pitcher since Clemens to have 6 Ws and 40 strikeouts in 1 month, Pivetta became the first Boston pitcher since, you guessed it, Roger Clemens to have 8 strikeouts in a row. He ties a Boston record. Matt Vierling went down hacking at the sweeper. That's the 8th strikeout in a row. But now Nick Pivetta has to face the future 2027 AL MVP for probably the Tampa Bay Rays or maybe the NL MVP, the Dodgers, the bad man, Akil Baddoo. He went 511 feet the other way. If you guys are new here, we are Akil Baddoo fanboys. He's got a new stance. He looks much better. By the way, Jack Flaherty, speaking of looking better, he's casually throwing a no-hitter through 5. Torkelson saved it. That's why PFPs are so important in spring training. Torque with the insane stop, the flip. Jackie covers. That is textbooks PFP. Devers, he dropped his PCI. He slams his bat. He's not having a great time. But Jack's day is done. He strikes out 9 Red Sox hitters over 6 2/3 shutout. Just 1 base hit allowed. Flaherty now has 90 strikeouts in 67 2/3. That's a 12 strikeouts per 9. He's a free agent after the season. He's making $14 million this year. He's probably going to make $20+ million. Riley Green, he socked one over the monster for a 2-run home run. Gio Urshela, he hit his first as a Tiger. And would you look at that? Detroit, they're back to being 500. I call games like this the Uno reverse curse. Kansas City, they stormed out in front for a commanding 4-0 lead on some loud swings. Vinny P is back in the lineup after he had a knee contusion after Buxton kind of ran into him. He hit it so far that the right fielder didn't even move. MJ Melendez, he ripped a... No, he didn't. Carlos Santana snagged it. He played a great first base today. Wait for a second web gem. Bobby, he's at it again. He doubles in 1, and then MJ Melendez, he decided to avoid Carlos Santana altogether. My goodness, another home run where the outfielder did not move an inch. But like I said, this is one of those Uno reverse curse games. Kansas City hit them with a draw 4, and then Minnesota did the exact same thing. Ryan Jeffers, he ends an awful skid with a 2-run no-doubter, and Carlos Santana's glove came up huge again to end the 5th inning. Jeffers, he has some insanely fast hands. He goes upstairs and swats his 2nd of the game and his 12th of the year. He was 5 for his last 49, so he needed that in the worst way. Watch out for Jeffers because when he gets hot, he's all-time hot. Kepler completed the draw 4. We are tied up at 4 after MJ's throw was just a little bit late. Kansas City, they're now so close to being out of it. The bases are loaded for the ever-dangerous Carlos Correa, but he does it. Carlos, he shoots one down the right field line. It's really weird to say that Carlos is almost 30. It feels like just yesterday he was drafted first overall, but that was 12 years ago. That makes me feel so old. Now, the thing about this game, the Twins lead is not safe because Johan Duran has been awful the last month. The trend continued. Bobby Witt Jr.'s big 3 RBI night made it a 1-run game. Bobby's now hitting .310 with 40 RBIs, 16 stolen bases, 10 outs above average. He's a 5-tool megastar. Duran, he barely hangs on. He gets Vinny to chop out, right back to him. And Minnesota, they take 3 of 4 from the Royals, which is a gift from the baseball gods for us Cleveland fans. Thank you, Minnesota. Never thought I would say that. Belly bombs are so back. What a way to start this game down in Milwaukee. This was a crazy game. The Brewers, they answered right back with a few runs. Gary, he lifted a sac fly to tie it. Joey Ortiz has been a stud for a while. Joey turned on a pitch to lace one down the third baseline, and Frelick, he can move. They're going to try and score him. They're waving him home. He scores all the way from first on a base hit to left field. Milwaukee is just stacked with athletes. By the way, Joey, he's hitting .302 with 16 RBIs and an almost .400 on base percentage over his last 25 starts. Perkins, he's one of those athletes. He's top 5% in speed, defense, and the bat isn't too bad either as well. It's 3-1 Brewers, and Colin Ray, he did a great job, but as soon as he left, Seiya, he stepped in as a pinch hitter, and we have a brand new ball game. Milwaukee, they took the lead right back after that. Perkins got to third on a pass ball, and because both he and Terrain can fly, they're both safe on a swinging bunt. The Shadows, they looked brutal. The pitchers in the sun, the hitters not, but don't tell that to Christopher Morel. He pummeled an Oppo Taco to tie it again. He officially has 10 home runs. He's in the double-digit club. That's his first home run in 15 games. He hit every single emote button possible as he's rounding first base. The Brewers, they got something cooking, and then they left out their food because it went cold. They bounced into a double play. The Cubs, they bring in Tyson Miller to hopefully get Gary Sanchez, and you can't be mad at that pitch. Gary just hit a ball a foot off the plate. I'm being dramatic, but it looked like a foot off the plate for a 2-run home run to left center. That is scary Gary at his finest. The Cubs, they're trying to best to stay alive and not go under 500, but Joey Ortiz, he seals it. What a play to end it. Elvis Peguero picks up his first save as a Brewer. They win 6-4 over the Cubs. Trevor Williams and the Nationals had an easy day at the office versus the Braves, and that's kind of been the case this whole series. Joey Meneses cued one to right for a 2-run double, and on the very next pitch, Jesse Winker drilled one to Kelenic in left field, and he just pretty much misplayed it. He missed it. Winker makes it back-to-back RBI doubles on back-to-back pitches. Now, Kelenic did make up for it a few moments later with a triple with the help of Eddie Rosario. Eddie completely misplayed it. Trevor Williams, his lone run was a botched triple and a sac fly off the bat of Michael Harris. He got some payback versus Kelenic later in the 5th, and honestly, that'll pretty much wrap things up for this game. He had 4 strikeouts over 5 1/3, just the 1 run. Cal Finnegan, he fanned Adam Duvall to secure his 15th save. He has a minuscule 1.64 ERA. The Nationals, they take 3 of 4 from the Braves. Spencer Strider's out. Ronald Acuna Jr.'s out. I don't know if the Braves are regressing. I just think they're kind of being torched in terms of the morale. But Austin Riley, he's got to pick it up. He's like 1 for his last 20 or something like that. So that does it for today's MLB recap. Thank you guys so much for watching and continuing to support this series every single day. And just a reminder, my editor Pesky Talk put out a brand new video, so head on over to Pesky Talk, check him out, and enjoy the web gems.
On the ground, deep short. Junior will go to first, and Correa is out.
That's headed for left center. Lourdes sliding grab. First base side. Torque is on it, and the middle, JP. Oh yeah, make it work, yes! Santana dives, sprawls, and will take it to the bag.